gentlemen. Thank you.
سلامات. مكملين بالمقابلات، وبالأسبوع اللي مرق معي باستوريل التقيت فيه بكثير أشخاص. المقابلة راح تكون مع صديقي جون اللي التقيت فيه أول مرة بمدريد السنة الماضي، وحتى نزلت معه حلقة قبل نهائي السيدات على صفحته، وكنت مرة معه كمان بمباراة خلال بطولة إنديانا ويلز على صفحته على اليوتيوب. حكينا أنا وياه كمان عن البطولة، عن مباراة بورغز وجارين اللي صار فيها نقطة شوي هيك إشكال مع الحكم. بتمنى المقابلة تعجبكم واستمتعوا فيها. سلامات، مرة جديدة من استوريل مع جون. راح نحكي شوي عن البطولة، كيف كانت، عن لقطة الحكم في مباراة جارين وبورغز، وعن أجواء البطولة، وهذا راح نطلع موجودة السنة الجاية. Hello John, how are you?
Not too bad, been a good tournament, so yeah.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the final today, excuse me, about the semi-final yesterday, about Casper Blues.
Yeah.
What do you think, and does Martinez play the game of his life?
I think Martinez probably did bring the game of his life yesterday. On Casper Ruud, I don't think there's too much to worry about. There seemed to be some physical issues in the third set, at least he had a medical timeout. But I think his overall level yesterday was very, very good. I heard Casper saying some things right next to him. So at one point he turned to his team and he was complaining about Martinez's returns, like they were just phenomenal. He was like, this is insane how he keeps hitting the returns so deep. And this was just, I felt through a lot of those points yesterday that Casper was always behind. He was always on the back foot, if you like. And if he was winning some of those points, it was because of something phenomenal that he was pulling off. Because most of the time Martinez was in charge and the backhand down the line, as can do with these players like Casper and Rafa as well. They do leave a bit more gap on the forehand side as they try to protect the backhand and give them that advantage, if you like, or that space. And Martinez did great to punish that. But just regarding Casper, before the match, he came to press and he told us that his level this year was better than it was last year.
Yeah, I remember this.
And last year he won the tournament. This year it didn't work out that way, but that is tennis. But I think he was also looking at his year as a whole. And I would say ahead of the clay court season, the big picture clay court season, he's probably in a better situation now than he was the previous 2 years. And yet we know the last 2 years he got the final in Paris.
Yeah, I remember when he said about the start of the season, he's feeling better, his quality is better. I hope to see another Casper in Monte Carlo, because we are going to see it this week.
Yeah.
So I thought Casper should win the tournament.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a bad loss for him, but it's not a big deal.
No.
And I want to talk about the umpire situation between Borges and Garin. We saw it live, so.
Yeah, I mean, probably whatever happens in the final and whatever happens or has happened in this tournament, it's probably the biggest moment of the tournament, right? I mean, Charles Sousa has retired and we must remember that too. But this point that you're referring to, and for those watching that are not familiar, basically a rally is taking place. The ball is hit very deep from Garin, may have landed in, may have landed out. To this day we still don't know. And somebody called something in the crowd. Out, don't know. But the point more or less continued, and then the next. So actually, Borges keeps playing. He hits the next point, or that hits that ball, and then Garin is. I don't know if he's focused or not because of what's happened. He then hits the ball and hits it out. To me,
because he said that he thought that Borges is stopped.
He said that, but Borges didn't seem to stop, to me at least, and that's not really Garin's decision. Garin has to play the point. Afterwards, maybe you can talk about it, but win the point. In the end, the last shot, he hits it out. But of course, what followed is the even bigger controversy, is that the umpire, for some inexplicable reason, gave the point to Garin.
I thought he just failed to overcome his decision, you know. And the next day on Twitter, even Kyrgios, even Liz Cornet, and the many players, even Fritz,
Babinka as well.
Yeah, tweeted something about it. So it was really
strange. I hope the umpires in next tournaments really look back, because we have Hawkeye. So why don't look back on the point to see what?
Yeah, they could do that. They could do that. Although right now I think that wouldn't be the case. But yeah, listen, it's a big shame, and of course the biggest problem is that the point was so important, because it was a great point for Borges. He would have broken and led 4-2, and then serving for 5-2. He probably wins the set, and then who knows what happens in the third set. And of course it's his home tournament, and Borges is a really good player who's still not reached his potential. But you don't know what can happen in your career. This could have been his year, and it may be his only year in Portugal.
Yeah, if we're talking about his year in Portugal, maybe his tournament, he still will not be healthy.
Might not be here. He might be injured. I mean, all sorts of things can
So
happen.
what do you think about, by the way, about the tournament? How's your feeling? Your second year?
Yeah, my second year. This is the first tournament that I've come back to, and there's a few reasons for that. It was a tournament that I told you. You were talking about coming to a tournament and kind of working, and I said Esteville. I said it's a great tournament. The location is great. It's by the coast. You can go out at night and have fun. The weather's normally good.
And the people here?
Yeah, great, and it's quite chilled out. It's an ATP 250, but I've been at other ATP events and they're not quite as chilled out. And we get to speak to the players regularly. Again, that's not always the case. Okay, it's mostly in the mix zone, but to be honest with you, what we do, the mix zone is great. Some of the Portuguese players will come to press and big matches, but the access to the players is pretty good. Still could be better. But for me, it's one of my favourites on the tour. I hope it's back next year.
Yeah, I really hope to back next year. So, John, thank you for the interview. I hope to see you in another tournament.
So do I.
Bye-bye. Salamat.
Salamat.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for support. Everything you've done tonight for me. I love you.